Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, my mic is working. Good stuff. Okay, so basically, I want to play 25 and L. Um, I just kind of want to show that I'm good at poker. So here we go. Let's get this a bit bigger. Here we go. Here we go. So blind be blind, we will be doing a lot of checking, expecting over aggression, especially he looks like someone who might do as such. Not the most bluffed card, but he can still have so much air in his range uh, that will give him a chance to try and fold out like my ace high, king highs. Um, so now the question is kind of, do we want to raise? We could definitely raise, but he's only got like one call maybe, which is his tens. Yeah, and this is just basically what I was hoping for. I got one more bet than I deserve to get, pretty much. If he's playing good, uh, yeah. If I'd bet, obviously he was getting out of there. He shouldn't be calling that pre-flop either, but here we are. So it's kind of a small bet, but he's got quite low stats, so we'll just get out of there. Tight stats, I mean. Get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, walk. Kind of. It's pretty easy to open here. Uh, yep. So yeah. If you are the type of guy that gets bored playing poker, Zoom does help with that. Alright, so we're just gonna be free bet squeezing pretty easily. Got about 5x. I would go 4 to 4.5x if it. Uh, so we could bet put this in check. Uh, I'm actually tempted just to bet this purely because um, flush draws are quite underchecked. I think we just shove. Might get snapped straight away, but hopefully we don't. He's thinking about it. I think he'll fold. So yeah, we got away with one there. This is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's terrible in GTO land, but it's kind of exploitative just because flush draws are very often bet when you check it to him. If he had, a full house of tens, we're in big trouble. But he has plenty of king X, you know, jacks, and one pair type hands that just in a terrible spot there. So here we will just be check calling most likely. Hopefully he bets. So he thought about betting. I'm just gonna check again. Hopefully he puts me on ace king and starts firing. He seems unsure what he wants to do with his hand. does bet. I'm just gonna call and then call river. He could be value betting a jack, and if not, so yeah, he just had nines. That's why he was kind of unsure what he wanted to do with it. Maybe we could have got a little bit more value from that hand had we bet. Uh, could argue for our hand to actually re-raise him there on the turn, but he still, he might have some, like ace 10 suited types hands, like queen 10 suited, king queen. He might have ace king, ace queen, and these type of hands. When you check it to him, sometimes you'll see guys they just they just over aggress a little bit. And also just for protection, it's not terrible to throw some strong hands in your, like for balance, throwing some strong hands in your checking range, because you will want to not to face a bet every time you bet something. So snap checks, probably got nothing, but will he bet? That's another question. It's probably gonna just call now. This card we probably won't see another bet, but I don't know if there was value for us either. Um, so we do pretty much have the nuts other than pocket deuces, so we will just be putting it in, but we probably won't get called by anything. So yeah, there's another example. We, we underrepped our hand and we forced some aggression. Gonna be free against these stats. I will be free betting. Deep stacked ace jack's not brilliant. We are in position which is good to be deep stacked. It's kind of borderline in this situation. I'd be betting a quarter pot. Just get the fold. So it's kind of so deep stacked. You actually are meant to do some big betting, but that being said, ace jack's not really the type of hand I can get stacks with. So it's just kind of like exploitative, kind of like quarter pot, and then I'd probably bet turn, and then check back river unless I hit my jack or an ace. Easy fold. Okay, okay. Pretty weird stats by him. Against this free bet, free. We go. See, we're deep stacked again. Could go a little bit bigger. I doubt he'll put in a 5-bet. He may overcall this 4. It's kind of hard to say. He may also overaggress this card. He delay bets. I can't really hold up against his following bet, so I'm just gonna fold now. And yeah, uh, so here I would have called my backdoors. I would have called ace king. I would also, he may not think I would be, but I would be checking my overpairs. Um, it's just yeah, ace queen. It was just a little bit marginal. It may have been better for us just to go ahead and bet that hand, um, but nevertheless, played out how it played out. It's gonna be betting. Uh, we'll be betting one more time probably, unless I thought a boat up. Uh, yeah, freeze. Okay. Easy fold. Okay. Fives is a little bit marginal, but got a tight big blind, tight cutoff over here, and that's about as good as it gets for me. I will be betting. Uh, I do now lose the quads. Probably gonna put another bet out there regardless. Might just okay, interesting. Probably gonna size up a little bit. Do get the fold. So yeah, it's an interesting spot how we want to play it there. Could have just gone small. Uh, I'm gonna check this one back. Check it again. Uh, and I think we're just gonna be checking this down. We do beat the ace eight deuce suited, which is a terrible call by him in the big blind. I think I was in the fifth. Didn't bluff them. And yeah, it's worth noting players when you see them do something especially bad. Um, and just their overall tendency there. Because you know you can sometimes tag a player, your fish tag, and then expect them to do everything bad and just punt off their money. But sometimes that's not the truth. Fairly often, a lot of players they just do like one thing bad, like their nature is just to do one thing bad. Uh, and then maybe when they get tilted, they just punt everything off. To, but yeah, I'm just basically saying you can get in trouble thinking just because someone's, being a fish pre-flop that they're just going to punt off their whole stack post. That's not always the case. Okay, so we're probably going to try and bluff our man here. And we will be shoving the river. Nice. So yeah, there it's just it really puts your opponent in some tough spots where they're gonna feel like they have to fold. And also another note is the best bet on the turn, the best bluff, the best sort of like bluff on the turn is a bet that your opponent will call and fold river. Get that extra value. Okay, okay. Yeah, probably just gonna range bet this. My range in sixth is quite strong. Depending on the player, his big blind range against sixth might be quite strong, but it's probably just a bet. He does check raise, which is normally very underdone. So probably just got like sixes or king jack. So yeah, it's a kind of a small check raise, but nevertheless, I'll give him credit for a strong hand. Ace 10's fairly marginal anyway. Okay, so I've just got snap checks back. The yeah, so that was just timing exploit really. Like the snap check back on the flop's kind of suspect. And I picked on my gut shot, which obviously gives you some equity. Yep, gonna be raising up the king queen. Uh, easy raise against the Dutch player, I believe. Weird, you see a lot of weird stats from these guys. I will probably just fold to a four bet. I mean, it's like 25% VPIP, 14% pre-flop, 10% free bet. So strange, 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 strange disparity in the numbers. Obviously, only 140 hands, so that kind of explains it. But still gotta wonder. This is hope he raises. This could be a big, big pot. Not today. Okay, gonna do some checking back. He will have to call the river given the action. He also looks fairly crazy. We do not beat King 9, so kind of a nice little small value bet by him. It's pretty good, pretty good. I like it. Pretty good, pretty good. Just gonna punish his stab. It's not brilliant for me to do when I am deep stacked, but it's kind of hard to have other check raises on that board. And also, I had a little feeling that he might get involved there. We'll be folding the 10-9, facing a bet. Fold, fold, raise. Fold to any free bets. Yep. It's kind of like the ace is kind of understabbed. Maybe you'll see some. It's probably got like eights. Yeah. In Jack 4 suited. Wow. It's weird. How about that? Got like a whole thing about him. Jack 4 suited, button call versus cutoff. Uh, yeah, normally. Okay, okay. Against a low free bet, I'm just gonna open. Kind of marginal. Um, kind of marginal open. Against aggressive players, I'd probably just fold it. But they looked, fairly normal. Eve. Once again, I'm gonna be checking this. The ace isn't really a brilliant card for them to bluff. They likely won't, so I'm just gonna bet it. Uh, you know, maybe call one bet if he had an eight or an under pair. If he had an ace, he's pretty much calling one bet, maybe two. But really, what I was trying to do there is get him to bluff all his shit hands that he'll call in the big blind. Like his king deuce suited, queen three suited, suited gapper, suited pair, suited connectors, that sort of thing. And just hero down my ace queen. But the ace, like I said, is kind of under bluffed. They just always put you on the ace, really. Here I will fold. Just a lot of 26, 29% VPIP players, and 8-9 suited is not that good. It's it's all right if you got players that you can bully, or you got players that are likely folding too much. But facing aggression, facing lots, cold calls, it's not really what you want to have. fold. He's a bit aggro, but ace eight is still a fold. In cash in the big blind. Basically what you gotta realize is it's not just about pot odds. It's one you're against a strong range and you're out position. But it's probably the biggest thing is the rake. You're not playing just against him. You're playing against 5% rake taken from each pot. Will be free betting the eights, especially against a small size. Folding to any aggression from him, however, he just looks very, very tight. Goals, probably his range just smashes that too hard for me to bluff. I think I don't even want to be in this pot. Call. I'm out of here, honestly. I just don't know what he has really that I have equity against. He's just got a lot of strong top pairs and just, yeah, two pairs. Probably, chances are he's got ace king in his range. So yeah, even for a small bet, I'm just gonna get out of there. Go on, give me a squeeze, buddy. You know you want to. He just calls. That's annoying. Okay. Probably want to bet it. Probably got the best hand. Probably won't face much bluffs from these players. Maybe the Brazilian. Uh, he does look like a recreational. Maybe I should have given the Brazilian a chance. Against the delay open, I will be free betting probably quite big. It's gonna go like 222. He's probably thinking about it. He's probably like folding nines or tens or something. Maybe he doesn't know what to do with like ace jacks or something like that. So it's very tempting just to fold my ace jack against these stats. Alright. Okay, now I've actually got better odds and 31% VPIP. I've probably got the better hand than my man over here, but I do have to be very careful about the Russian. There's probably actually just one call. I know that's crazy, but he's gone half. I'll call once more, but I'm very tempted just to fold. This is actually a good spot. I'm actually going to bluff it. I'll go. I just don't know if he has any tens. Yeah. So here, I just don't believe he's calling his aces, his kings, his queens, his ace king, his ace queen. And when the queen comes in, I'm not sure. I beat a lot, and I kind of feel like I can fold everything. Against that particular player, where his range is so strong and he's betting twice, arguably the turn is just a fold. So, like in my mind, I was only really beating ace queen. Okay, let's go 235. Doesn't really matter that much. That's a easy fold. It's also a weirdly massive bet, just for shits and giggles. Okay, okay. Easy call. Again, you're seeing some weird preflop stats. Okay. I think I just want to be barreling against the check back. Good chance I have the best hand, but it's almost like I just don't believe he's checking back with any strength. So it's kind of like another spot where I feel like I can just fold everything. And yeah, just to be clear, everyone doesn't play like that. Like you're seeing me kind of be exploitative. You're seeing me check back more, and you're also seeing me attack players' check backs. It's basically because I believe that's where there's money to be made. Yeah, players just aren't defending their check back range enough. So you can attack it, and also you see players they often attack the check back range too much. So it's kind of like this double area where uh, players are exploiting and being exploited. I'm actually just going to open this with two 18s. Gets a call. Probably gets another call. And maybe with the club I'll just start betting. It's not even a terrible bet. Alright, we're gonna bluff it. It's hard to fold an ace. This should get through. I think we do, yeah. So there, the button, uh, I mean, the cold call range from the buttons fair could be quite on the weak side. His strong hands, he's probably free betting. The big blind, especially with the extra value, is probably calling very wide. And when he doesn't show any interest in the turn, you've got to question if he's how often he's has a flush there. Probably not very. Um, it's kind of the same thing with the button. He checks back. How often a player's checking back flushes can happen, but it's kind of a rarity. So then most of what I'm worried about are players with an ace, probably a weak ace. So yeah, kind of another thing where I just decided to go for it, even though it's multi-way. Probably go a little bit smaller here because he's short. Give him a chance. Four bet would be lovely. Uh, so we could kind of go either way. Where do we want to go with this? He delays. That's weird. I'll give him a chance. Alright, he's got nothing. Uh, do I just want to check again? Probably. So he just goes small. I guess we just raise. Given the line and that he went small, we may feel that we're attacking him. So, yeah, uh, often you will, but just bet your aces there. And it's totally fine to do so. But we were just giving him a chance to attack our check back. It's possible that we got one more bet than we would have anyway, or we got about the same. Maybe he just, he bet like a pocket nines on the river that would have called flop and folded turn. But like I was kind of saying before, players do over aggress against the check back, so not everyone, but you will see the players that do over aggress that they'll put in a lot of their stack. Not sure it's small enough for me to call here. 75, 120. I'm a fold. Did pick up the draw. So we will be free betting. Probably just give him rope as well, like the last guy. It's only marginally smaller, but since he's short. Thief. Guess call once with the flush draw and a fold river. Yep. So yeah, that's you may just look at like what looks like a fish and just stick your money in there for the call. But once again, ace high boards are kind of underbluffed. I would start making that call. However, if I see, that I don't know, he's limp called like 6-4 suited, or he's calling my free bet with just like Jack 5, then you can start to, say, oh, okay, his range is way too wide. His, landing range on that river, even if he, just impulsively decides to bet that half pot, like a third of the time, with his shit range, then, it starts to become profitable for us to call. Uh, I'll just bet my ace. Probably check bet. That's probably the line I'll take. So yeah, like the ace is another one where I don't, I don't agree. I don't use the check back as much. It's not my favorite card to do it on. Here I will probably just open. Nah, maybe not against 14% free bet. Some weird stats over there. So we're just gonna play a few more hands. Fold, fold, raise. Fold if he raises. We'll probably just check it back. 'Cause like I said, that's another thing. He's got a tight range. He's thinking about betting from the looks of it. Here, however, I might go for it. I might go for it river. Ooh, it's not. But he should still bet. Yeah, interesting. So we might have just seen him hit a house. So I would have gone for it river. And probably. So I could have gone for it turn, or I could have gone for it river there. Not on that particular river with him betting into me big. But straighty boards are another one where you will see is overfolded. It's underbluffed and overfolded. Okay, okay. Last hand, probably. Nice. Okay. Oh, wait. And that will be it. Yeah. Could play it for fun, but not in the. Oh, well, okay. Nah, I won't do it. I won't do it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Just get out of there. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. And yeah, I basically, if you do feel like subscribing, I'm gonna try and make daily videos and get rich, man.